كثير في البث.
Light, save my soul.
نعتذر والله يا شباب، ما ادري اللي فاتني اساسا. بعيد من المشكلة، بعيد البث، مو بث، بعيد اللي هو المؤتمر من جديد بعد ما نخلص. بس كنا قاعد اشوف عبد الله اشترى جيم باش قاعد اشوف عبد اشترى جيم. ليش فيني قاعد انسى وورد كرافت.
Serving to ferry the souls of the dead unto the Shadowlands.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be.
There is no evil here.
طول شوي انا زعلت
long ago.
مرة زعج
He destroyed my
بالنسبة لي يعني، ما ادري انا مقصر اتوقف الاعدادات.
my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now.
انا ما ادري هذا هو دي ال سي حق وورد كرافت ولا لعبة جديدة، والله ما ادري.
And purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire is justice.
Rain for above.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen. I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos. I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
Devos, how long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me. The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand. Our realm is imperiled.
Impossible. The Maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never would have known of this calamity. The path is flawed.
Enough! The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my Archon. Uther! The time of your ascension has come.
ما ادري اسكت.
Thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself. The moment he falls, we will claim him.
darkness before me.
Now, cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Remember what he did, and take your vengeance.
Not vengeance. Justice.
Oof. Oh, okay. Shadowland. ما لعبت ال وورد كرافت، ما لعبتها. اذكر لعبتها ايام بيتا حقت ما.
Many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait
والله ضعف
is
جي
almost
جي
over.
جيف. World Premiere. Here we go. اوه اوكي هذا الجيم بلاي. ايه تشوف طول كثير الاعلان. الشهر الجاي، لا الشهر الجاي ما شهرين.
October 27th, it is official, and we have so
October.
much more opening night live
Sorry.
still to go for you. Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5, much more. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
They have returned. They corrupted, divided, conquered, until finally the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open.
صوت كنا بطل حق
Our
فامباير.
last remaining hope, the Stormcast Eternals, vengeance made manifest.
ممكن بثاسدا من ضمن العابهم اللي راح يلون عنها في البث.
Take back what the
المشكلة الحين راح على 20 دقيقة عن المؤتمر هذا. انا ما ادري والله هل في شيء قوي راح عني ولا لا.
Now, you guys may remember back in June, I had some masked
Oh,
fun with my buddy
Crash.
Bandicoot announcing Crash for It's About Time. With the game coming in October, Crash, of course, had to come back for opening night live. So let's bring him out, everybody. Crash Bandicoot.
وين جاء؟
What? He's where?
الكمامة ما لها حل. الكمامة لا تلمس الأسلحة، لا يعطيك العافية. أوف أوف أوف.
apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom. But to tell us more
I
about
thought
what we
I
just
demo.
saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. Lou, what did we see there with Crash and the Gamescom bot?
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here today.
Okay, so how do these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Yeah, so the way that the flashback tape levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard, and they're really awesome, and they're super creative, and we can't wait to get people to on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago, and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they optional, like offshoot stuff, or how do you get to them?
Sure. So players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms, really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally created by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been explored in the games before.
Awesome. All right, well, Crash 4, it's about time. Looks phenomenal, Lou. We cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right, well, we will be right back after this for more Gamescom Opening Night Live.
Outsider.
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture that obliterates without warning. Alone, the hordes of Enoch will fall before me.
أعتقد Outsiders.
But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road, into the dark heart of creation. 'Cause I feel the way you feel. We will find the source, whatever it holds, whatever it takes.
فقط على الجيل الجديد صح؟ اتوقع بس على الجيل الجديد. هذا اعلان ما مات ذا الاعلان. ايش قصة اللعبة هذه بيت الريال؟ هذا فعلا حلوة يا عيال ولا احملها ولا ما لها داعي؟ كابتن ماجد
Welcome to Necromunda. I can see you're new here. Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble for the rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armor, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo. Why would someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners, and... Oh, makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now, mixing that whole pot together in a place like this, you can imagine what happens. Chaos, gang warfare, for wealth, for power, hell, sometimes just for fun. So, think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
O futuro dos jogos, além de realidades virtuais extremamente fidedignas e realistas, eu acho que também se encontra em formas mais expressivas e absurdas, quebrando cada vez mais esses paradigmas de formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como uma ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future gaming to be
Lamar
quite online.
The next generation of console will clearly allow AAA and indie developers to build more creative-driven games that I hope will cover more diverse subjects.
I want to play all kinds of stories about people and places, both real and imagined. I want comedy games, I want autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Pro futuro dos games, eu vejo uma evolução obviamente gráfica, mas eu vejo ainda mais evolução na inteligência artificial e na maneira com a qual a gente interage com os games, tudo em busca de experiências mais imersivas.
هذا اليوتيوبر لامار فله مرة.
You know, one of the things I love about opening night is that we can show you the biggest games in the industry and also smaller titles that should be on your radar. So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of two in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game engine to realize his vision for a fully destructible game world. What he's building has absolutely blown me away, so I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight. I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch. Teardown.
World premiere. Here we go. فكت مو من نقطة. يا ليه سموليتر. كسر اي شيء. بعد ليه ما يحط ماي عبارة عن كعبة طيب. وفرمات مو 30 10. ماينكرافت. شكل اللعبة عبارة عن ادخل العالم سوي اللي تبغاه، او على قولتهم العالم يصنع نفسه، انت سوي اللي تبيه. شيل داون. ما فهمت اللعبة أنا. في بعض الإعلانات تكون
Last year at
خايسة
opening
بس
night
حلوة
live,
تكون.
we announced
أوه.
Little Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at
Little
Tarsier
Nightmares 2.
Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changes right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at
السنة
Gamescom,
الجاية.
including a live demo on Gamescom Studio tomorrow.
Oh my god. السنة القادمة شهر 2. نلعب نفس الشخصية، اتوقع اسمها 7 ما ادري 6.
Nice. All right, thank you.
لا لحظة. اللي يتكلم مو اللعبة ما اتوقع. جف واضح انه جاب العيد. واو. شفت اللي لقطة المشوي؟ واضح راح يكون فيه اونلاين اللعبة. يب واضح راح تكون فيه اونلاين. ايوه بعدين بالفخوخ. اقعد. ماي جاد. يو ان شاء الله يكون اعمق من الجزء الاول يا رب. الجزء الاول كان عميق حيل كالشخصيات والعالم والقصة. واضح راح نشوف اعداء كثار حيل في الجزء الثاني. الديلسيات اللعبة لا يفوتكم عيال. الديلسيات كانت صدمة. اوه ماي جاد سلندر مان. واضح العالم راح يكون كبير حيل. اوه ماي جاد سوني 4 سوني 5. ما بناخذ على البي سي.
I'm WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia!
الحلال والله. ايش الجزء 20 2K 20 ولا 21 2K 20 يا انه غثيث حيل انواع جلتشات اللي جاها. اوكي
You know, I'm a little more old school than Mauro, so I can't wait to see these WWE legends teach these kids a thing or two. And you know what? Here's a closer look at the insane action.
It's a great evening for WWE action.
Oh wow! Take that, Mauro.
زين جابوا شيء جديد يعني.
So good to see the Bella Twins at their best. And now, let's keep this party rolling with another matchup. Oh, look out, Mauro! The Undertaker has risen, and Finn Balor is about to be taken for his last ride.
Mamma mia, what a move! Finish him!
Oh no!
He just hit the snooze button.
How do you lose like that? What's the matter with you legends? This is just an example of the pandemonium that you're going to experience when you head to the battlegrounds.
Whew, that's a big toy hammer.
Oh, I can't believe my eyes.
Seth Rollins delivers the stomp.
What a night.
What a night.
This is the
حاجة
greatest
حلوة.
I've ever seen.
ممتاز المعرض بس ما
Pre-order
بغينا.
WWE 2K Battlegrounds today and brawl without.
انا ما ادري بداية الماتش اللي اعلنوا عنها صراحة ما لحقت لانها فاتني 20 دقيقة في الماء.
Oh, sorry, Mauro. I know that's your line.
يوم رجعت البي سي على طول شغلت البث.
Hello again. I have even more awards to announce. So
المهم
let's get right down.
بس في اشياء حلوة والله في اشياء حلوة.
Action adventure game.
اهم شيء الواحد ما يحط توقعات كبيرة علشان ما يجيب العيد. عشان ما مثلا يقول خلاص خيبة مالي ما في اعلان حلوة. ابغى لعبة استناها يعلنون عنها. Resident Evil صح يا عيال وينها؟ مكتوب في الموقع انه راح يعلنون عنهم راح يكون في اعلان او شيء جديد في شهر اوغست اللي هو هذا الشهر. الى الان ما ندري شنو المشكله. الحين ما نشوف اي مشكله، ما نشوف اي معلومات. راح نشوف هنا شيء ولا لا؟ ما راح نشوف. اسحبوا علينا ترى كابكم. لو تدخل الموقع زي ما قلنا، لو تدخل الموقع ريزنت ايفل راح تشوفون اوغست. يعني بيجيبون تريلر جديد او بيعطونا معلومات جديدة عن اللعبة حق ريزنت ايفل 8 فيلج. والله ما شدتني اللعبة.
It was time for the world to learn my name.
Congratulations to all the winners. As I mentioned, IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show. Our Gamescom Awesome Indies Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming. And finally, the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom Now.
And now it is time to talk about that best action game winner, Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive space combat game from Motive Studios that delivers the ultimate Star Wars pilot fantasy. We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll suit up and fly for both the New Republic and the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an all-new, authentic single-player story set after the events of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Today, we'll get a glimpse at what Squadron's story has to offer by taking a brief look at one of the single-player missions featuring some light narration by the Motive team. Let's check it out.
We all choose our path.
والله ستار وورز والله لا فيلم تابعته ولا لا العابه، ما في الا بس باتل فرونت 1 اللي لعبته، بس ما شدتني كثير اللعبه، خليتها على جنب، لعبتها كم مره بعدين حذفتها. ما شدتني.
It was their bravery that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new republic. However, the Empire lives on, shattered though it may be. As I speak, Imperial forces are edging toward the Bormia sector, hoping to end our new republic before we find our footing. As their empire collapses, they try to tighten their grip. But the galaxy is changing, and you can be a part of it. With the help of brave and daring pilots, this war can end. Make a choice. Fly with the New Republic. Change our galaxy for the better.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Hunka, narrative producer on Star Wars Squadrons. Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this star.
ايش راح يكون نظام اللعب يعني؟
Gladly, Admiral Sloan.
Over the course of the story, you'll fly as 2 pilots on opposite sides of the war.
طيران بس؟
And, like all modes in Star Wars Squadrons, you'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Wedge Antilles, Rogue Squadron. I hear you're the reason I was able to finally get a comm through.
Today, we're giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent Thorne, has discovered vital intelligence on Project Starhawk. Your mission is to extract her from an orbital outpost above Hosnian Prime. Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate perimeter defenses. The outpost is defenseless. When you've secured the area, you will escort the Gladius to the outpost, and our extraction team will acquire Agent Thorne. Once Thorne is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers and return to the Overseer.
Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point. We have Republic corvettes inbound. Move, Titan!
Ladies, change course and keep Agent Thorne safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters.
Understood. I'll handle it.
You have my thanks, Titan Squadron.
No time to celebrate. Move on.
Each mission will immerse you into the escalating conflict between the New Republic and a shattered empire. Debrief with your squad mates between missions.
You're our new wingmate.
Customize and master all 8 starfighters and join the galaxy's finest.
I need you focused and ready to go.
From bombing
اللعبة
runs within a
اوكي واضح اللعبة راح يكون في خيارين يا في ار يا عادي
The
يكون
story
بدون
of these
في ار
rival
يعني.
squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come. I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
For premiere.
That is not all EA has to share from a galaxy far, far away today. At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina or jump into the Millennium Falcon on a run to Smuggler's Cove. It was this incredible adventure at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort that inspired The Sims' latest game pack. Check this out.
Oh, The Sims. اوه وضع يا انه ايفنت يا انه دي ال سي بيكون. طبعا انا من لاعبين ذا سيمز، كان اعتقد اول جزء، اعتقد لعبت كل الاجزاء اعتقد. الرابع لعبته بس كان الرابع اذا بتلعب ذا سيمز 4 اشتر ديلسيات، لا تلعبها بدون ديلسيات لان اللعبة راح تكون فاضية حيل، ما في شيء تسويه عدل. عشان كذا بتلعب اللعبة يا عزيزي المشاهد اشتر ديلسيات لها، اشتر اي ديلسي، اهم شيء ما تلعبها، اهم شيء تلعبها بدون اهم شيء تلعبها مع ديلسي، لا تلعبها بدون ديلسي لان بيكون العالم فاضي ما في شيء تسويه. هي بدايتها كانت بطيئة، ما كان في شيء تسويه، لكن زين نزلوا ديلسيات. شهر 9 شهر الجاي.
There is even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego
بعد.
Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour, we've got Fall Guys Season 2 still to come. The reveal of that, which I can't wait for you guys to see. And of course, a gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now, you might remember this next game from Annapurna Interactive from last year's Microsoft E3 event. And today, I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time loop is one of this year's most intriguing indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely all-star cast to the game. Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
ايش اللعبة؟
All right, close your eyes. I want you to think of a flower. Look at its contours.
هذه اللي ما ايش قصة النظام اللعب.
Changing, moving backward, returning to its bud. Think of that bud, unopened. Look at it as a whole. Then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
تلعب قصة انت اللي تحدد يعني؟ ايش نظام اللعبة بيعرف بس كمكسون؟ ما فهمت شان نظام اللعبة ابدا.
That's going to be a really special indie game. So glad to announce that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced Godfall, a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5 and PC from Counterplay. Tonight, we've got a quick sneak peek of one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming as part of Gamescom 2020. Check this out.
هذه اللعبة اللي قالوا عنها ناس انها تقلد God of War من اسمها شبيهة مرة. لو تقول انت God of War و God Fall اكيد راح تقول لنا راح يكون في تشابه بالاسم ما ادري وشو، والقتال والمنظور والسيف. ليه يا شباب ليش هذا الاشياء ذي؟ انا مستغرب ناس زي كذا تحب. هاي اصبروا اصبر.
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive looks at LEGO Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure you saw that earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
ريماذر صح؟
Expand. Explore. Tear the veil asunder.
ايش ذي اللعبة؟
Subvert new territory.
انا قصر عليها شوي عشان بتكلم. بخصوص اللي هو God Fall، في ناس ماخذة فكرة انها تقلد God of War. ليش قالوا؟ لو تقول لك كيف يقلدون، شوف انت لو تقرب الاسم God War نفس الكلمة ما ادري وشي، او نفس القتال نفس السيف نفس المنظور الثالث. ما اشوف انا ما اشوف اي تشابه ابدا. عفوا ما اشوف اي، خلينا نقول ما اشوف اي شو اسمه تقليد. هو ممكن في تشابه بالقتال، لكن بالنهاية هذه اللعبة ذيك اللعبة، هذيك لحالها وذيك لحالها. اما بالنسبة لجاد فور بالنسبة لي يعني اوكي، ممكن انا متحمس لها شوي. هذا وش نفسه جاد فور ولا واحدة ثانية؟ Oh, Warframe. Sorry.
So many people have been discovering or rediscovering video games during lockdown, whether it be older people or bored teenagers or middle-aged parents who suddenly find they have to do something together with their kids. And I think I've given out more advice about video games in 2020 than any other time ever. And as a result, it's more important than ever that we keep making different, interesting things for folk to play.
A pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia, demonstrar mais amor, mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this coronavirus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são puro amor.
اوكي ريماذر برازيل. نفس المطور نفس الشركة كنا مودس.
Watch you sleeping, them snakes all around, you know they connected. When I was a kid, my grandmama told me I can't go to heaven, so I stopped praying and asking for blessings and started preparing for my Armageddon. Got nothing to lose, I'm all in. Walking the edge, don't fall in. Enough of the lies, don't apologize. I don't understand, are you foreign? This is the place, this is the site. Grab all your people and log in. I'm waiting, don't care how long it's gonna take. Watching the waiting for that first mistake. Don't come up missing, just checking the list. I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold on to the perfect conditions. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now it's the time.
No, شو تسلك
All right, guys, we're back officially into hour 2. We've got an hour more of great stuff to show you. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that. Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5 and so much more across the next hour. Opening Night Live continues, and it just is the start of Gamescom 2020. But right now, on September 25th, Mafia Definitive Edition launches, a comprehensive, built-from-the-ground-up remake of the original Mafia. Tonight, we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer, called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore, which deals with Tommy's induction into the Salieri crime family. Check this out.
Mafia 1.
All these guys.
هذا قاعد remake.
In this room, they're here because they have the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
They're loyal.
That's right.
الريميك يعني بيغيروا كل شيء. فاللي لعب الأول يقول حاول إنه ينسى الأول. ركز على الريميك.
Busting your back, doing an honest day's work in a city that's been trying to scrape you off its heels since the day you stepped off the boat. And then next you're stuffing your pockets full of Salieri's dirty money.
Go get him, Tommy!
Teach these boys a lesson. Break every bone in their bodies.
You want me to become one of those Wall Street boys?
Don't sass me, Tommy. I'm trying to teach you the ropes, so you don't get strangled by them.
Now you stay straight with me, you're gonna be living the high life, Tom. You abuse my trust.
Don Salieri, you won't ever need to worry about me.
Okay, then. Welcome to the family.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop. Check this out.
ايش قصة الفريمات؟ ابي افهم بس. Resident Evil 8 Village يوم اعلنوا عنه في حدث بلاي ستيشن 5 عيال الفريمات طايحة حيل لان شغالين على 8K غالبا. الجودة 8K حط شغلوه اللي هو Resident Evil 8 Village. كان ضرب مو طبيعي.
Next spring, get ready to experience memorable moments and non-stop action from all 9 Star Wars films. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The entire series has been reimagined with new, fun-filled Lego humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
ليجو ما اهتم فيهم ابدا سواء ستار وورز ولا اي لعبة.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear.
Twisted by the dark side, young Skywalker has become.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
That boy is our last hope. No, there is another.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
Force will be with you always.
Punch it! Not him, the Falcon.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it, Jedi.
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
شو اللعبة؟ اوه الله ايش ذا؟ فيها كواب بعد؟ ايش ذا مو قصدي اللعبة، قصدي نلعب مين احنا؟ حشرة ولا شيء مقرف؟ ما راح يموت الاعلان ذا. ايش هذا؟ سكول بونز Vampires. هذه ما لعبته بعد. في العاب ترى ما لعبتهم، في العاب اذكر من الين بلاي ستيشن 2 قاعد اقول بلعبها الى الان ما لعبتهم. اوه دارك بيكتشرز قال يقول عن المقتبسة من سايلنت هيل. لا 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 شو تعليق؟ بينزل في اكتوبر اتوقع. اكتوبر 3rd. Here we go. هذا اللي هو جران تريزمو صح؟
I gotta say, the game that I've given the most hours to, that I love going back to, is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have to say, since Origins came out, this new reboot of Assassin's Creed, so to speak, that was my first time getting into it, and I have put almost 400 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
At the moment, I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play.
هذا اللي كانت في IGN.
Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection, is really a big one for me where that's concerned. But I also still just casually binge Animal Crossing, and I've been doing that basically all year.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing since I downloaded it. I find the daily repetitive rhythm so
هذا
soothing.
ولد ولا بنت الحين؟
Although much like my house, my island is still a complete 10.
معلش يعني سؤال ولد ولا بنت اللي شعرها ابيض او اللي شعرها ابيض؟ هذا اللي متحول جنسيا البطل.
Gamescom events and announcements, you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and a late night show experience from gamers for gamers. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sid. And by the way, congratulations to Don't Nod for Tell Me Why, a really important game that is out now that you can play on Xbox and Game Pass. And as we know, there's a lot going on in the world, and that goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching tonight, and I know we're all here because we love games and we know that games are good in the world and can bring us together. And I think we've all felt that in 2020. So I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games and trailers. All right, well, one way as a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a Gamescom forest together with the community.
راح نشوفه ترى في بث مباشر.
Gamescom.global and donate to plant more trees. So let's plant a
بث
forest
مباشر
together.
قصدي في تويتر.
Right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May. Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy
بيطقطقوا عليه
the
ترى في
dark
تويتر
cult
صدقوني
that
يعني.
created her, featuring rich ray-traced 4K 60 FPS environments on next-gen hardware. Here is the first look at gameplay from Chorus.
You have broken my heart.
كأنه كثروا ألعاب فضائية واجد. كأنهم كثروا كثير. في هذا العرض ذا ترى شفنا واجد ترى ألعاب فضائية كثار. هذه اللي اعلنوا عنها في حدث اكس بوكس.
How many crowns have you won? If one game has defined the summer of 2020, it absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and
سبحان الله توهم يفكرون في اللعبة هذه الناس يعني. أنا ما أدري عن اللعبة.
Represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready. I think the internet is about to freak out. Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm the lead game designer on Fall
لا
Guys.
انا ابغى فول جاي.
And I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone
ما
who's
شاء
been playing and
الله.
enjoying the game so far. As a team, we've been looking at
شكله
all the
أصغر
videos, the
مني.
memes, and the montage that people have been posting online, and the response to the game has really blown us away. Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first
Lead
sneak peek
designer.
at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying as part of Fall Guys Season 2.
اللعبة ما كنت معروفة وقتها، متى نزلت اللعبة؟ واضح انه فيلم مطور واحد مسويها. اي وينك فيه؟ تعال اي صوتك بعيد.
Traverse giant drawbridges, dodge swinging axes, and scale movable siege ramps in the quest for ultimate game show glory.
يبغى اجربها اللعبة على ستيم. ما راح ما العبها انا على البلاي ستيشن.
Enjoyed the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to development, but if you want to stay up to date, then at Fall Guys Game on Twitter is where you want to be. See you on the start line.
My father has Colorado in the palm of his hand, and he's afraid to close his fist. I am not.
جيبوا شي على ريزنت ايفل حمل ديكم ترى خلاص بيخلص الشهر احنا ما شفنا شيء عنها ابدا.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. She's already tried once.
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them for glory when I was right there. To Arizona, Rangers, and I'll pretend none of this happened. Stay and you die alone.
Oh, Wasteland.
I really haven't found any new appreciation for gaming at this time because my appreciation for gaming before couldn't be higher.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento. E é o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
You get to travel all over the world in games, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima and
علق ايش قاعد يصير؟ في انا بس ولا في احد؟
music or whatever, and it's just fine for me to have the time to play with friends.
ايوه مو بس انا اهم شيء. ايوه بس خلاص.
A lot of fun.
I've been mostly at home with small children, and gaming is the only thing that I get to do for myself anymore. I find it's not only an escape,
الوحيد اللي قاعد يعلق.
challenge my brain.
Gaming is becoming clearly more important for a lot of people. You know, play is a natural instinct, and from Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or
Crossing?
Yes, it's definitely an incredible time now to be a gamer, yes.
Hey everyone, I'm Vince Zampella, head of Respawn Entertainment. When we set out to create Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there. It's a series that is grounded in history, which tells emotionally authentic stories. Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the helm of this project. You'll hear more from him in just a bit. Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2002, and I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR. The team is creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
I know this is the first time some of you will see combat. I know you're scared. Let me be clear with all of you. I'm scared too.
Welcome to France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is.
We're gonna have
Oof.
Members of the resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war. But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant.
هذا كله على الفي ار ما شاء الله.
We'll get you there.
ما اعتقد الواحد راح يلعب في ار لمدة اكثر من 15 دقيقة. لان الواحد اذا كثر من اذا استخدم الفي ار اكثر من 15 دقيقة تقريبا زي كذا راح يحس بغثيان اكثر. انا جربت الفي ار على البلاي ستيشن تقريبا كم دقيقة بالتحديد بعد 15 دقيقة احس بغثيان. اوه ميدل اوف اونر. طيب سووا اللعبة جزء جديد رجعوها يا شباب. ليش اللعبة اذا ماتت اذا رجعوا الحياة يخلون في ار؟ ترى يمكن اغلبية الناس ما تستخدم في ار. اغلبية الناس ما تستخدم في ار.
Thank you so much, Vince. That looks incredible.
وين صوت الراحة؟
Here with Respawn Entertainment's Peter Hirschman, game director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such an incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience. What can we expect?
Well, Jeff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team back at Respawn that's been working.
كنا جيف حق Overwatch.
It's so exciting to premiere the trailer with you. Medal of Honor, going back to its roots, was always about putting the player in the boots of a soldier fighting in World War II. And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive experience, most immersive combat experience I've ever been able to work on. And the story follows you as a player being recruited into the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. And their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II,
اوكي تحرك
رجال واقف حده. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity in the environment, emergent gameplay. You got the piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative. which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors, and it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure. Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which involved things like the 262 jet and the V2 rocket and things that could have really turned the tide of the war if we hadn't stopped them. So you get to go on this journey, this story. And the story is shot all from your perspective. Because it's VR, your head is the camera. We don't have cutscenes. We don't have edits. Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you. It was an incredible way to shoot. One of our animators stood in for the player throughout the 3 weeks that we were on stage, and all the actors are always reacting and talking to you directly. And in VR, it's such a powerful thing. It's all about building that emotional connection, and it just makes the experience all the more authentic.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your heart, and I'm like, wow, there's so much there to experience. It looks really rich and detailed, obviously authentic as well. Paying tribute to everyone that was involved in the war. I wanted to ask you also about multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for, and you've had a great single player experience. But I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. So much of your career trying to map natural human movements to a controller, and just figuring out things like making it feel good. And one of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, you know how you duck? You just duck. And how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just, it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing those, after it comes out.
Wow. Well, definitely a full-blown VR experience. I got to say, I'm really excited to put the headset on and try this. And it's coming out later this year, right?
Coming out holiday. So, fasten your seatbelts. We are so excited to bring it to players. We've been working on it a long time. Like you mentioned, it's a passion project for Vince and I and everyone at Respawn. It's a wonderful full circle experience for a lot of us that started our careers working on those original set, going back first one and Allied Assault, and now to be able to bring Above and Beyond to a whole new generation is one of the most exciting things we've been involved with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Opening Night Live will be right back. And in the meantime, here's a look at a new game that is launching tonight.
نعم.
The world was broken, fractured by the magic the Vow Keepers said they would protect us from.
اوه 3 ساعات حنطول.
Spellstorms still rage across the ruins of the Hollow Lands.
تقريبا 3 ساعات.
This is proof, they said. It isn't safe. It can't be controlled. Magic cannot be used.
اليوم قرب تنزل أو الليلة هذه.
But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow. And now I fight to break free.
يغيرون الجيم بلاي. اونلاين شكلها اونلاين اللعبة. سبيل بريك. تقص علينا هذا. باقي 5 أيام تقريبا. سبتمبر 3. لا ما نبغى احنا ريد بول، عطنا كود رد حبيبي. وشو جيم باس العابهم. Fallout 56.
So many great games in Xbox Game Pass, and many of tonight's games are in it as well. Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
First, タリカンの音楽を聴いたときに曲が素晴らしいだけじゃなくてアミガのサウンドそのものも素晴らしいと思いましたね。日本じゃ本当に聞いたことがなかった音楽でした。
Factor 5 was so far ahead of the curve, and each of their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say they're one of the greatest indie developers of all time.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで、本当にすごかった。今回タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せて歩きたいなと思っています。
ليش قريبة حيل؟
This was the first game that allowed me to completely fulfill my musical vision. It defined my career, and the fans have been there ever since. To this day, it's one of my proudest works.
Okay.
In June, Bungie revealed a new
Beyond
era
Light.
of Destiny 2 that starts on November 10th with Beyond Light. For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the dark power of Stasis. With Stasis, players will take on the powers of darkness to control and dominate the battle. Here's an all-new look at Stasis from Destiny 2, Beyond Light.
gates are open.
باقي لنا الان عبد الاستراجيم جيم بلاي حق راجت كلانك على بلاي ستيشن 5.
We need only look inward. Focus your power. Let it grow. Our fight is far from over.
Let them come. This is their fate. One after another.
نوفمبر 10 قالوا بيكون بينزل له اللي هو ابجريد على بلاي ستيشن 5 Destiny 2.
I have one more award to give out tonight, and that is Best Sony PlayStation Game. So, without further ado, the winner is Cyberpunk 2077. Congratulations. Of course, there are even more awards than the ones I announced tonight. So check out the Gamescom Awards user voting, where you can vote for your favorite streamer, Gamescom's Most Wanted, and Best of Gamescom. The winners will be revealed at Gamescom Best of Show, along with cool cosplayers, esports, and more. So tune in on Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time to see the grand finale of this year's Gamescom, where we give gamers the stage. That's it for me tonight, but before I turn it back to Jeff, I just want to say that I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. We're all in this together, so take care. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sydney. It's great to have you on the show again this year. All right, well, a lot of people have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation 5, the SSD hard drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac says is only possible on brand new hardware. Well, now it's time for you to decide if you see the difference. Here's an extended, uninterrupted demo of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Enjoy.
نشوف الجيم بلاي اللي يقول لك ما في لودينج. خلينا نشوف. Press X to start. اوكي.
We're back. And not far from where we last saw him. We may still have time to put a stop to this.
Hey, I think I found the mod maps.
Oh dear.
Let's show him how it's done. All right, bringing out the big guns.
كأننا شفناه في الحدث بلاي ستيشن 5 في الجيم بلاي ولا لا؟
Feels good to be back in action.
لام.
Last one. The train's pulling away. Let's go. Dimensionator, Nefarious.
Put down the Dimensionator. Yeah, right. Today I will finally be free of the both of you. Soon, everything you see will be mine. Say goodbye.
وش ذا؟ كنا كورتكس يخترع بشيء بالنهاية يفشل. وين جايبين ذا؟
Was that supposed to happen?
Hitting Nefarious's device seems to have destabilized reality.
The bridge is shot. There has to be another way across.
The rifts appeared to react to your device. Try pointing it at one of them. That was rather exciting.
Games before trade.
Worse than I had imagined.
Everyone look! It's Ratchet and Clank!
Sand sharks from above.
My heroes!
I knew you'd come.
Might as well. A kraken?
Or at least a very large octopus.
يا الله
that.
هذا اللي قاعد يسوي هذا الأقل يعتبر بدال اللودينج اللي صار من شوي.
Surface after all these, just to try and take over the universe again.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was doing a worse job.
He must have more planned than he is telling us.
في نظام تلفيل بعد. كم خذ لهم؟ 4 ساعات العرض هذا. ياو والله عفسه تخيلوا. المشكلة البث ما يدعم اللي هو ال 4K. هذا المشكلة، ما يدعم 4K للأسف. لازم تستنى على ما يتحمل في اليوتيوب بعدين بتشوف اوه الإضاءة عندي. اعذروني يا شباب، ترى المشكلة من البرنامج نفسه ما يتحمل، مو ما يتحمل، لما ابث بال HDR يعطيني ذي الإضاءة القوية ذي للأسف. ما ادري ايش المشكلة. بغير البرنامج اللي قاعد استخدمه اللي هو شادو بلاي. بغير البرنامج ان شاء الله. انا اقول لك ما يدعم HDR اساسا.
Ratchet.
اوه جبريد.
Ratchet?
هذه تطلع البنت. لا تقول اتحول. بليز. World premiere.
There you have it, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games. Guys, it was so great to see that long, uninterrupted demo of Rift Apart, and I have so many questions. It's amazing to see what you're doing with the power of PS5 and the SSD. Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower enables us to fill our worlds with the kind of density and life that we've never been able to do before. More importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to fling the player from planet to planet to planet lightning fast, like way, way faster than anything we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, the Rift tether, we saw that in the demo. We had seen some of that in the trailer. So that's all actual gameplay. Mike, I'm curious, like how does that work as you kind of play through the game? Are there certain moments and levels where you can jump, or how do you play through that?
Yeah, so
إن شاء الله ما
in the
أطول شوط ثواني
there
بس.
is dimensional damage spread throughout the galaxy that Ratchet and Clank have to find a way to fix. And you can find these weak points in space-time that you can pull to you with your Rift tether. It's like being able to lasso a portal. And that enables you to basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I got to say, like when you see that and you imagine the jumping from multiple worlds at instantaneously almost, and it sounds like there's no load screens throughout the entire game.
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow, all right. You bite. So confident, both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask you about DualSense. That's something that is a big part of PS5. I've had a chance to hands-on with the controller, with the adaptive triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet and Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet and Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet. But when you throw the shatter bomb, you can actually feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels different and you can tell what you're holding. But of course, the adaptive trigger like takes that to a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons. So, for example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barreled shotgun. You can pull the trigger part of the way down until you hit resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow, no, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to roll that out across what I'm sure are an insane, group of weapons as always. Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, how it would tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure, so it's one that even if you've never played a Ratchet & Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it. For hardcore fans, we have a lot of nods. You're gonna see a lot of returning characters and planets and see them all through a whole new light of multiple dimensionality.
Yeah, no, this Rift tether thing I think looks really exciting. And how often, like, is that something we saw in the demo? Is that something you're going to see like frequently in the game? Are there special moments? Like, I guess I'm curious, like, how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those pretty often. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet.
Okay.
Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to, when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
I got to say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
I mean, the world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I got to say, I mean, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun. And as you said, when you think of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting. Before we go, though, I think everyone around the world wants to know when we're going to get to play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now? Mike?
So Ratchet & Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
What kind of window? Is it big windows? No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're going to get, I'm sure. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I got to say, Insomniac, we're so excited what you guys are doing across PlayStation, and the game looks incredible. So thank you so much for all you've done, and we look forward to seeing more of Rift Apart soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank or PlayStation 5. And that's going to do it for Opening Night Live. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned all weekend for more live Gamescom coverage at gamescom.global. As for us, we'll see you later this year for the Game Awards 2020. Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Welcome to the Gamescom Opening Night Live Post Show. I'm your host, Damon Hatfield. Before we get started, just a reminder to head to www.gamescom.global to see all the newest games content, check out the full schedule so you don't miss a thing, and sign up for an account to personalize your Gamescom experience. You can also check out all the streams and videos on Gamescom's official Twitch and YouTube, and stay in touch via TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Joining me now to discuss everything that was revealed during Opening Night Live, please welcome IGN's Miranda Sanchez, and from Webedia, Sebastian Osowski and Michael Obermeyer, joining us from thousands of miles away in Germany. What a time to be alive. Lady and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
Hey, everyone.
Just saw a lot of very cool looking games. Let's begin with one of the biggest games that was on the show, a PlayStation 5 exclusive, which we know is coming somewhere in the launch window of the PS5. Ratchet & Clank, a Rift Apart. We got to see an extended demo today. Lots of footage that was in the reveal that we saw earlier in the summer, but this was a nice, big, long, uninterrupted gameplay clip. Miranda, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm actually very excited. I've never played a Ratchet & Clank game. It's never really super appealed to me, but the sheer impressive animations and like the particles and just like the overall presentation of this game really has me drawn in. I think this is the game that I'm looking like, wow, this is the next generation of games. Like this is what they're going to look like, and there's the potential here that is super exciting. I think especially, again, I touched on the animations, but if you really pay attention throughout this entire gameplay trailer, like the animations of the enemies or even those like the people running around, and especially the animations that you get during the actual Rift tethering is so cool.
Yeah, I agree. This is a game that to me is actually looking like something next gen. Michael, were you impressed with the gameplay demo? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Seb, how about you?
I mean, at the beginning of the demo, I thought, well, what do they need hardware for? The new hardware is not necessarily needed here. But then when the demo progressed and we went through these portals, I was like, okay, wow, yeah, this is a PS5 game.
Yeah, the portal switching, I guess rifting, that looks very, very cool. And there's also just really big, gigantic set pieces happening all around you. And of course, at least in the demo that we saw today, there's no breaks in the action, no loading times. The developers are claiming that you can play through the whole game without the gameplay ever being stopped, ever having to wait for load times. Of course, that sort of remains to be seen until we get the game into our hands, but the promise of that is definitely very exciting. Miranda, would you agree?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at next gen, you're like, okay, well, what could they possibly do besides like better graphics? We want better frame rates. We want that 4K. Those are like all the checks in the box, right? And that's like the big thing that everyone is looking to.
Only PSD like so
the biggest games that was on
خلص ولا ايش السالفه؟
Instagram.
As for us, we'll see you later this year for the Game Awards 2020. Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Good night. اوكي والله معليش يا عيال، بس كان عندي شغله. على العموم هذا البث حق جيمز كوم يعني من ذاك المره، بس في العاب حلوه صراحه، في العاب حلوه، لكن ان شاء الله من الان في العاب للحين ما اعلنوا عنها. فان شاء الله في المؤتمرات القادمه ان شاء الله راح نشوف اشياء حلوه يعني. وتقريبا خلاص قرب اللي هو موعدنا مع الاكس بوكس، لان قالوا رسميا في نوفمبر القادم راح يصدر الاكس بوكس سيريس اكس، وغالبا بلاي ستيشن 5 معه راح ينزل، باقي له شهرين. ما ادري هل راح يكون في حدث قبل كذا قبل ما يصدروا العاب جديده ولا لا، لكن انا شخصيا متحمس اني اشوف العاب او اجرب العاب جيل القادم، بالتحديد Resident Evil 8 Village، The Medium وغيرهم يعني. فان شاء الله ينال اعجابكم، لا تنسون اللايك سبسكرايب. كان معاكم بدر، السلام عليكم.